So, understanding Amazon's ecosystem is full of unique terms that can sometimes feel overwhelming, but understanding those terms, that's going to be crucial for optimizing your strategy and also to really make sure that you know how the platform works. So, in this video, I'm going to break down for you key terms from advertising, logistics to performance metrics and give you simple explanations for those so that you can use them to your advantage. Now, if you're new to Amazon as a sales channel, or if you just want to make sure that kind of get a refresher and make sure you know all the terms to know, then this video is for you. Let's just jump right in. Okay, so you have advertising terms, and these terms are really going to be found inside of your advertising console in Amazon Seller Central. One thing to know is your ACoS, that is the advertising cost of sale. That's a metric that's going to show you the percentage of sales that has been spent on advertising. Then you've got your ROAS or your return on ad spend. And that's going to be a key metric to really measure how much revenue you generate for every dollar that you put in and spend on ads. So for every dollar, you get three, four, etc. Two. What is that dollar amount that you get back in sales? And that should be a whole number. The ACoS, I didn't mention that, but that should be a percentage. Next, you got sponsored products. Those are pay-per-click ads. Those are really you're promoting individual specific products. Those are going to appear in Amazon search results and on product detail pages to really help drive traffic to a specific listing. Then you have sponsored brands. Those are ads that are going to appear really at the top of Amazon search results. They're going to feature usually your logo, maybe a catchy headline, and multiple products from your brand. You can add up to three. That's really going to help you with visibility and also to drive sales for your brand as a whole. Now, another version of those sponsor brand ads can be video ads. Those are a type of sponsor brand ads. So they're found, if we were to classify them, they would go under that branch, but they are their own thing within sponsor brand ads. Then you have headline search ads, and you may hear this term still occasionally used. And those are really called now sponsor brand ads. So if you ever do hear that, that's the same thing. And it was a very descriptive name because it means that your ad is placed at the top of search results and it's really catch the attention of the shoppers with really branded content. So just think of like a headline at the very top. And if you ever hear like I said that phrase, it is an older term, but it means the same thing as sponsored brands. So just to help you with that. Now let's talk about the category of logistics and fulfillment services and terms things. So remember, I am not giving you a comprehensive full dive because that video would be way too long, but these are the common ones that you're going to hear. So think about FBA. Fulfillment by Amazon. This is where Amazon is actually taking care of your storage, your shipping, your customer service for that product or those products. Now, that's going to be really the most common fulfillment method for sellers because it's just really, they convert really well. And I do typically recommend it if you can. But they also have additional fees, which are storage, literally storing it at Amazon's warehouse because you're not storing it at your own. And then for them to ship it as well, because once again, they're shipping it to the individual customers, but then you also have to ship your big, larger pallets or boxes into Amazon's warehouse to even be there to be stored. Next, you have fulfilled by merchant or FBM for short. This is when you, the seller, or maybe your third party logistics provider, you're handling the storage, you're filling the orders yourself. So that does give you a little bit more control over your inventory and the shipping process, but it does require more effort and resources. Now, if you want to learn about which fulfillment method is best for you, check out this video I did here where I break down the two. Now, multi-channel fulfillment, MCF for short, that's a service that allows you to actually use Amazon's fulfillment centers. So if you have product in there for FBA already, for orders that are placed outside of Amazon. Now, you can't use every seller like sales channel. For instance, you can't use Walmart to fulfill your Amazon orders, but you could with things like eBay or Shopify, your own website, or TikTok Shop and others. Then you've got your ASN. That's the advanced shipment notification. That's actually the process of notifying Amazon in advance about a shipment that you will be sending in. And that's when you're going to give them tracking numbers, delivery information before the shipment actually even arrives at Amazon's fulfillment center. Then you've got FNSKU, or the Fulfillment Network Stocking Keeping Unit. That is an Amazon specific product identifier for inventory that is stored and shipped through FBA. So each product in the FBA program, it must have its own unique FN SKU. And this is different than the ASIN because this is unique to you as a seller and what Amazon assigns. Now, speaking of ASIN, that is the next word I want to talk about. You hear a lot. It stands for the Amazon Standard Identification Number. I've mentioned this before, But anytime you're creating a new listing, you are assigned an ASIN that is unique to that product and your product. And even if you have different options or variations of one or like two different sizes, for instance, every product is going to have its own ASIN. And that's going to be just a 10 character alphanumeric identifier. So it's going to be numbers and letters. And this is going to help Amazon and also you as a seller to really track, manage, and help you to understand, differentiate your own inventory. Then you've got your UPC. This is what most people, even if they're not familiar with Amazon, are most likely already aware of what it is. And that's the Universal Product Code. So this is a 12-digit barcode and it's used globally to identify retail products. So on Amazon, UPCs are often required to create listings unless, if you're brand registered, it may allow for exceptions, like you got the G10 exemption and things like that. But typically you'll want a UPC, and that's what you'll do to create your listing. Next, let's talk about pricing and promotional terms. So the buy box, you hear this a lot. That is that button that customers click to purchase an item. So sellers, you must essentially win the buy box, which really depends on your pricing, customer service, and product availability. So keep in mind that if you have a customer, like I'm in Georgia, if you have a customer that Amazon's not going to ship inventory all the way from across the country over to Georgia. They're going to ship it from the fulfillment center that is closest to customers. So that was why buy box can change even if there's more than one seller. And pricing can be an issue too. That's kind of what Amazon looks like for the buy box. Now, there's also something called a lightning deal. Now, this is a limited time promotion. It's featured on Amazon's like today's deals page, and it offers products usually at a deep discount for a short period of time. So the deals are available either until the time expires or if inventory runs out that you have allotted for that. And many times you really don't have control over when that deal runs. So you can say, hey, I want a lightning deal for if you chose something for maybe Black Friday or Cyber Monday around that time, but you didn't really get to choose the day or the time. And that's the lightning deal. Now you've got best deal, and that's really a time-bound promotional offer on Amazon. It runs for 7 consecutive days. This really helps to boost your product visibility, and especially if you're looking to drive sales for promotional periods, just another option. Then you've got your Prime exclusive discount. This is a discount that's only available to Amazon Prime members. So that's why it's Prime exclusive. And that promotion is only available for FBA sellers that have Prime eligible products, and that can be an amount or a percentage off. Coupon is another type of promotion. And like I said, these are all falling under that umbrella of just think about these are all types of promotions. Then you've got the coupon, which is a type of promotional offer where you're offering a discount, usually a percentage or a fixed amount, on a product for a limited time. And you can set this up. Their rules have recently changed on how long you can run coupons because it used to be a lot longer. So you do have to make sure you're paying attention to those if you're running those. And they're often featured on the product detail pages. They are usually appearing if you're looking up on your phone or on desktop, you're going to see like it in green basically. And that is typically that coupon that someone can click into and check it off as if they're clipping the coupon, and then they can use it during checkout. So let's talk about sales and performance terms, metric terms. So you got the BSR, which stands for best seller rank. This is Amazon's ranking system, and it's going to be assigned for a product in a category, and it's going to be based on your recent and historical sales performances. So if your product has a low BSR, in this case, that actually indicates strong sales. Think about a ranked number 1 is much better than ranked 100. So the lower the number, the better. Next, we've got brand analytics. This is a suite of tools that really for brands, if you are enrolled in brand registry, it's going to give you a lot of data like search terms, customer demographics of who is buying your product, what are the top performing products, and really helps give you a competitive edge. Then you've got the detail page views. That's DPV for short. Sometimes you'll see it. That's a metric that shows you how many times a product's detail pages, so your listing, has been viewed by customers. So it's more views generally are indicating that there's more interest in the product. Those are sessions, those are good things that you want. Next, we've got the click-through rate, or CTR for short. This is going to measure how often people click on your ads compared to how often they are shown. So a high click-through rate indicates that your ads are really engaging to people and they're relevant for who you're showing them to the audience. Next, we've got CPC, cost per click. This is the amount that you're paying every time someone actually clicks on your sponsored ad. Hint, don't click on a sponsored ad if you can avoid it. That, especially your own. This cost really is going to depend on factors like the competition, the keyword relevance, and also the bid that you put in. Now, next we've got return on ad spend, and I touched on that before. That's just how many dollars you're putting in versus how much you're getting out. Something else I didn't talk about earlier too, you'll hear sometimes it's tacos or total advertising cost of sales. That's looking more at the numbers within your how money do your sales from ads compared to your overall sales. And that is a really good sale, like a good metric for the success of everything that you're doing with your overall strategy on Amazon. Next, we've got account and marketplace terms. We've got brand registry. I have talked about this a lot. And this is a program that allows brands to protect their intellectual property on Amazon. So it also gives you access actually to advanced tools. You get A plus content. Now there's even premium A plus content. You get brand analytics that I mentioned earlier is going to really help give you more visibility and control over your listings. And I do have a full video that I did here on getting brand registry if you're not yet registered. Next, we've got A plus content. So this is where you get those enhanced product descriptions, you get images, you get graphics. They're really designed to help improve the customer engagement and also to drive more conversions. And Amazon does, when they study the data, they see over 6% increase in conversion rates. We have seen higher as well. A plus content's available to all brands that are enrolled in brand registry. And for some sellers, you can now have access to premium A plus content, which gives you additional features like different modules and things like adding video. Next, we've got your parent ASIN and child ASIN. The parent ASIN groups variations of a product, like you're thinking size or color or flavor. So every variation is represented by a child ASIN, and that helps customers select the product that they want. Next, we've got vendor versus seller central. So vendors, that's when you're selling to Amazon directly. And that is, it's going to be when you see it says on the listing, ship and sold by Amazon. That means there's a vendor central account there. Seller central, on the other hand, when actually selling it directly to the customers through your own Seller Central account. So this is when you're going to see shipped by Amazon. If you're doing FBA, it's going to say shipped by Amazon, but sold by, and then your brand name there. I already mentioned buy box, but just touching on that really quickly again. Remember, they're looking at your seller rating for this. They're looking at how fast it's going to get to customers. And they're also looking at price is something I kind of touched on briefly. And that seems to be a big indicator as to who wins the buy box. So that's something to keep in mind as you're looking at your business reports on Amazon. You should be paying attention to your buy box percentage. Next, we got your SKU. So that's your stock keeping unit. So this is when it's really a unique identifier that helps you to track and manage your inventory. Now, this is different than the FN SKU that I mentioned earlier. This is different than ASINs that I mentioned earlier. SKUs are actually specific to your business. This is not seen by any customer on Amazon. It's used internally inside your Seller Central portal to really track your products. So when you go to manage all inventory, you can see your SKUs there. Now, once again, this is really something that could be helpful for things that you want to track yourself. Maybe you have something like noting expiration dates if you want. We don't find that that's necessary because typically I wouldn't recommend that you keep inventory that long at Amazon's warehouse because you're probably paying too much in storage fees. You should have your units and your inventory selling through pretty quickly and keeping enough at least 45 days in stock at Amazon. So typically we don't, but SKUs could be really helpful to know exactly what the product is and for your tracking purposes. Okay, PPC, I already mentioned pay-per-click. That's when, as like I said, when someone pays on your ad and just PPC on Amazon in general, it's used, like I said, sponsored products, sponsored brands. So there's kind of more of a general understanding of that term as well. But I wanted to briefly touch on since I didn't touch on that earlier. Now, Vine program, that's where you actually have an Amazon program that allows you as a seller to provide your products to trusted reviewers. They have to they're vetted by Amazon, they're verified, they give unbiased reviews. That can really help you build more reviews and trust with potential customers. So you really want to make sure that you understand all these terms. There's so many more that I didn't cover, but these are really some baseline ones that'll help you to really make sure you know what's happening when you're looking inside your Seller Central account and really thinking about growing your business on Amazon. So you're going to kind of see how they all work together and you're going to be able to make more informed decisions that will help you on the platform. So, and if you want to really learn more about growing your sales and opportunities for Amazon listings, if you're kind of thinking more now that you know the big picture of things that you want to look at maybe one or a few of your listings, make sure to watch this next video here where I talk about there's a tool inside Amazon that you can use to help further optimize your listings.